Just as a warning, this video might seem a little harsh. I'm not trying to bash anyone, I'm just analyzing why I personally think Gabbie's music makes me feel the way I do. Gabbie Hanna is a Viner turned vlogger turned singer. She was huge on Vine and at first a very typical storytime vlogger. In more recent years, she's been surrounded in controversy for hanging out with rapists, spreading harmful rumors, monetizing a video about a dead girl, and supposedly creating fan accounts for herself. I'm not here to talk about all that though. Because what is Gabbie's biggest sin? Creating bad music. Okay, maybe that's a bit of an exaggeration, but have you ever listened to Gabbie Hanna's songs? Maybe you were like me, you just listened to a few because they were trending on YouTube and thought, this is okay I guess, it's better than other YouTuber music. Maybe you listen to her regularly and think she's good. Maybe you've never heard her before, or maybe you wish you never had heard her. Well, on the surface, they're okay songs. They just sound like pop music, sometimes with some metaphor about mental health thrown in to make it deep. Now, Gabbie does seem to write songs inspired by her life, especially in songs like Perfect Day. I mean, come on, she put true story in the title of her song like it's one of her storytelling videos. I said in a different video that telling personal stories makes the singer feel real and authentic through their music. Yet somehow, Gabbie's songwriting is so bad that it has the opposite effect. You should really focus on the lyrics of her songs. Read them without the context of a glitzy music video or her shouty vocals. Listen, I don't think she's a bad singer, but doesn't she seem to oversing sometimes? I mean, people made a whole meme out of it.
What if I'm the monster?
Her first two songs, Out Loud and Honestly, have pretty basic lyrics. They're cliché. I could have written them when I was 15, but at least some of the songs I wrote when I was 15 were so bad they were funny. Now, Gabbie's songs aren't bad really, but they feel so empty. It all kind of feels like baby's first metaphor. White lies, but they're getting dark. Blurred lines, but they're getting clearer. Maybe I'm being mean or nitpicky, maybe no one else feels this way, but doesn't it kind of feel like she just thought of something she wanted to mention in a song, like white lies, and then thought, oh, the most cleverest thing to say is the white lies are getting dark. Get it? Get it? Get it? I can't deal with the ending of Butterflies. Butterflies will break your heart, but if I knew from the start, why would I give this a try? Maybe I like to hurt sometimes. There's something about it that feels so smug about how clever it is. Like, oh, the twist is that you got into the situation because you're actually a masochist? That's not the most innovative lyric idea. You don't have to end the song with it like a mic drop. It's not that impactful. How about Pillowcase? Our chemistry's irrefutable, and I'll love you till you die. I'll come to your funeral, but I won't promise to cry. Do you think with this one she wrote the word irrefutable and was so proud of using such a big word? You can kind of tell when someone's trying too hard to be poetic. I think I have a decent sense of recognizing it because I've done it myself, and look back on it realizing that I went a bit heavy trying to find the most grand word to describe things. Again, maybe I'm reaching. But this song just kind of feels so contradictory, doesn't it? It's all about wanting someone but pushing them away, right? Still, you'll love them forever. So why won't you cry when he's dead? Is that ever explained? Well, I'm ready for Gabbie to comment that I'm just not deep enough to get it. Because here's the thing, this shouldn't be completely unexpected. Gabbie has been berated for publishing a book of what people call terrible poetry and tried to act like they were genius regardless, and just too much for our tiny brains to understand, instead of taking the criticism and improving. Now, I haven't read the book, so I can't really judge it, but I've heard about the types of poems that are in them, and I think she definitely needs to take a look at her ego. Her lyrics are the same thing, vapid cliché writings under the guise of groundbreaking revelations. The thing is that Gabbie seems to have no self-awareness. She seems to think everything she makes is pure gold and she won't accept any other opinion. We can admire that self-confidence, but it seems misplaced. Gabbie, give yourself some context. You were able to make albums and music videos just because you wanted to, because you're rich from being a YouTuber. You didn't have to try hard to perfect your work for a label to pick you up, perform at small venues, or pinch your pennies to afford recording studio time. And this is nothing against other artists who have lots of help getting started. The difference is they usually succeed because they're actually good, not just from young fans who hear a metaphor about antidepressants and think that automatically makes a song a deep masterpiece. Now, after I had listened to Gabbie Hanna's Two-Way Mirror album last year, I had kind of forgotten about her. But now, a year later, YouTube decided to tell me that she had a new album. So I forced myself to listen to Bad Karma, and well, look, I don't like being mean to people, but bad was the right word choice. It starts with Glass House, a poor man's Look What You Made Me Do. First things first, an operatic section does not make You See in Black and White, There's More Than Just Wrong and Right, an actually impactful lyric. Not to mention, the whole song is about her haters hiding behind a screen to attack her. You put yourself online for the world to see. Everyone has a right to question your shortcomings. And I don't think people see one thing out of context and attack Gabbie for it. They've seen her long history of questionable behavior, and her long history of questionable lyrics. Because let's move on to Dandelion. It's all a metaphor about being a beautiful flower, but being called a weed and therefore unwanted, despite the beauty that exists. The label has made you undesirable. I know this very easily because Gabbie spells it all out for us. Maybe I'm wrong here, but isn't a metaphor nice in that it doesn't tell you what's going on? Instead, it alludes to something else and adds another layer of depth, so that you can figure it out yourself. The dandelion metaphor loses any power when you clearly spell out everything. It's kind of like in her song Broken Girls. She says, I'll be your diary, I won't repeat it. Gabbie, we know diaries hold secrets. What's the point of telling us you're a diary if you then go ahead and say what exactly that means? Does she think we're too dumb to get it because she's obviously so much smarter than us? Okay, to be fair, most of her audience must be pretty young to still follow her. Maybe they haven't reached metaphors in English class yet. Okay, that's a little mean and I'll stop. I don't want to attack people or say they're bad at what they do or that they should stop. If someone enjoys something, they should keep pursuing it. I just wish there was more self-awareness in Gabbie Hanna's songs. There's something that feels so painfully basic about all of them, while portraying themselves like they're the most thought-provoking, introspective lyrics that have ever graced our green earth. I don't think I can expect any better from her, so I don't anticipate it. It's just a look at why Gabbie's music falls short. It's not deep, it's cliché and childish. Don't rush the lyrical process, guys. Just because it sounded good when you wrote it, doesn't mean it will actually stand the test of time. She's not a terrible singer, and the production on her music is pretty good at times. For casual listening, the songs aren't bad. I don't think Gabbie should give up on music, but I do think that Gabbie should listen to people's criticisms so that her music can mature and be legitimately good. Her writing skills have not improved through the few years she has been releasing music, and I think that's an issue. She needs to listen to what her audience says about her writing so that she can become better at it. People aren't telling you that what you have to say isn't worth saying. They're saying that you're writing in a pretty juvenile way. The better you can write, the more impact your voice will have. Lyrics aren't everything, of course, but Gabbie is clearly attempting to create epic lyrics. They come out so forced that they seem unbelievably basic instead. Do you agree with this? Do you think Gabbie's lyrics are okay? Let me know down below in the comments. Don't go after Gabbie because I'm not trying to hate on her. I think that she needs some heavy introspection and therapy to deal with her genuine problems regarding accepting criticism before anyone bombards her with even more comments that make her issues worse. I think she genuinely can improve. She just needs to get herself in a mindset where she can accept people's advice. So, to Gabbie and the world, stay groovy, everyone. You can do it.